Hi, welcome back to day 4. Imagine you are about to start digging a giant hole to find the treasure. You start scooping with your hands and thinking about all the things you might find. What if you find big scary bugs? Or what if you find hot lava? What if you find a big pile of sludge that you slowly sink into and no one can help you out? Having a shovel would be really useful right now, right? When we come across scary things in life, it's easy to want to run and hide or give up. Maybe we are scared to try something new because we don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we are scared to talk to a new person. Maybe we're scared to talk to a good friend about how they hurt our feelings. Maybe we are scared to do the right thing when no one else is because someone else might make fun of us. But God gives us tools like courage to do hard things in life that bring glory to God. Let's read a story about courage. If you want to read along, we're in our Jesus Calling book on page 78. In the promised land was the great city of Jericho. Joshua, the new leader of the Israelites, sent 2 men to spy on Jericho to figure out how they could take over the city. Did they need a great battle? Would swords and spears work? Maybe a sneaky invasion? The spies hid in the house of a woman named Rahab. When Jericho's king heard they were out there, he sent messengers to Rahab's place. "Send those spies outside," the men demanded. But Rahab said, "They've already left. Run! You might catch them." The messengers went away to find the spies. The spies were on Rahab's roof, hiding under a pile of grain. "I heard that God gave you Jericho," Rahab said. "The people are afraid of your God and worry that a big fight will happen here. I've helped you, so will you help me? Promise that God will keep me and my family safe." After the spies promised, Rahab used a bright red rope to help them climb to the ground. "When the big fight comes, stay inside with your family," the spies said. "Tie this red rope to your window and you will be safe." So that's what Rahab did. Armor ready, march! Joshua and his army went to take Jericho, but the city's gates were locked. Its people wouldn't give up without a fight. God told Joshua, "March around Jericho's walls 1 time today. Take along 7 priests with 7 trumpets, but tell them not to play. Do this every day for 6 days. On the 7th day, march around 7 times. The last time, have the priests sound the trumpets, then everybody shout." Those instructions seemed crazy. That is not how Joshua expected to win a battle. But Joshua obeyed God. "Forward, march!" he yelled. Around the walls they went, the army, the priests, and Joshua. On day 7, they marched around the walls 7 times. On the 7th day, the trumpets wailed. "Shout!" Joshua yelled. Jericho's walls came tumbling down. The army rushed and took over the city. Remember Rahab? She and her family were safe during the big battle of Jericho. She became the great-great-grandma of King David, and Jesus would be born from her family line too. Now let's look at our object lesson.
Ahoy there, mateys! Welcome to your object lesson. Today we're going to keep learning about courage. So what you'll need are 2 jars and fill them both with water, 2 eggs, a spoon, and some salt. Are you guys ready? So, for this object lesson, our fear is going to represent the water, and we are the eggs. When we let the voice of fear be louder in our heads, our fear will keep us down. Do you see how this egg is not floating at all? It is just sunk. And then even when we shake around and we do our best and we try to do things in our own power, we still don't float. The fear keeps us down, right? So now, grab your other jar and we're gonna add some salt. Mine already has some salt in it, so I'm not gonna put a whole bunch, but you'll need a little bit more than what I'm putting in. And our salt is going to represent courage. Then we're gonna mix up that salt because we need all of our courage all around inside of us, right? We wanna have courage everywhere. We wanna feel it in our toes, and our fingers, and our hair. Mix it up, you guys. Okay, good job. All right, so what do you think is gonna happen to this egg now that we've added courage to our fear? Let's find out. It floats. Do you guys see that? That's so cool. So when we add courage to our fear, we can float on top of the fear. The fear doesn't hold us down anymore. Isn't that cool? With a little bit of courage, God helps us rise above our fears. Did the fear disappear? Did the water go away? The water's still in the jar, right? We know we still have fears, and that's okay, but with God, we can conquer them. Thanks for coming to this object lesson, you guys.
Courage from God is like a shovel. It helps us dig into hard things. Bye! Hello! It is time to learn our memory verse for today. Here we go! Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. For the Lord goes with you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Pretty easy, huh? All right, we're gonna sing it again. But this time, I want you to stand up and jump while we're singing, okay? You ready? Here we go. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. For the Lord goes with you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Great job! Okay, we're gonna sing it one more time. Do you think you can sing it as loud as you can so that your neighbors can hear you and everyone upstairs and downstairs can hear you? And I can hear you? I think you can sing it that loud. Ready? Here we go. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. For the Lord goes with you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Yay, you did it!
Ahoy there, mateys! So today is the last day, day 4, and the craft that we are going to do together today is decorating our bags that your crafts came in. So you should have a bag, but your bag is going to look different than mine. So your bag is going to be white, and it's going to have the shipwreck logo on it. So you can decorate around the logo, you can flip it over on the back, and you can decorate the back however you would like to do it, because it's your bag and it's your creation to be creative with. You also will have 2 fabric markers in your bag to use. So these are my colors, your colors might be different. Okay, so what we're going to be drawing on our bag is, the idea is that we are going to draw reminders about things that we learned this week. Maybe some things you really liked listening to, maybe some fun activities that you did, a song, a verse, a story, a craft. We did lots of things together this week. So you can draw pictures or words on them on your bag to help you remember the fun time you had this week. Okay, so I'm going to start out with my gray color, and I am going to remember that we had lots of different Bible verses this week. And one of the Bible verses we had was talking about how the peace of God will guard our hearts. So that was really important to me this week. That's a really good reminder. So I'm going to draw a big heart on mine. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. We're just trying our best. But I'm going to do it really careful. And so this is my heart. And Philippians 4:7 says that the peace of God will guard your hearts and minds in Jesus Christ. So here's my heart, and then I'm going to draw the little peace symbol. Normally it's a circle outside a peace symbol, but this one I'm going to do a heart. Okay, and then it's not just any peace, it's peace, I'm going to actually stay with the blue, from Jesus Christ, because of Jesus Christ. So I'm going to draw some crosses around as kind of some patterns, and then have a reminder about where this verse is in your Bible. It's in the book of Philippians, and sometimes a PH together can make an F sound. Ians 4, and then you do a little colon. It's like 2 dots on top of each other. 7. Okay, so you could do a Bible verse. You could do a picture of maybe one of the sand sculptures you did. So I did a fish. So I'm not going to draw the exact fish that I did, because that was a fancy fish and I'm not the best artist. I just try to do my best. So a way to draw a fish is you could draw an X and then a line connecting the two in the back for the tail, and then connect a little half circle up front, and then a little eye, little smile. Looks like one of the goldfish crackers that we used for our edible ocean scene. So you could even draw that too. Say, man, that was a really good craft. It was a really good snack. I'm going to draw the graham cracker in the sand, and then my fish. Here we go. And then talked about how Jesus is our helper. Maybe you want to try to write that word Jesus, capital J-E-S-U-S. That spells Jesus. Okay. Our clue today for your treasure map is a shovel. So that's today's clue, is the shovel. Courage from God is like a shovel, because it helps us dig into hard things. So you heard the story today about Rahab and the spies, right? So when we don't know what's going to happen, like the spies didn't know what was going to happen, we can dig into those hard things because we have God with us, and God's going to give us everything that we need. He provides for us. He gives the things that we need, just like he did with Rahab. So that's very true for us today. And we're going to find treasure in the end. We're going to find treasure in the end because, like Israel, they came to their beautiful promised land. It was promised that they were going to get this beautiful land of freedom, and it was promised to them, and they got that. So we've got that waiting for us too. Jesus is our hope. You know, that's a really important word too. So maybe you want to write that word hope on your bag. H-O-P, and there's that silent E on the end. And maybe you want to draw a picture of a shovel. So you could just draw 2 parallel lines next to each other, and then you could draw kind of 2 lines coming out, and then a half circle. And that could be like your shovel, and how God gives us courage to dig into hard things. I can't wait to see what your bags look like. Feel free to take a picture and send it to us. Well, it's been such a fantastic week with you guys. I've loved doing all these crafts with you and talking about Jesus and the hope and the courage and the peace that we have with him. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you later.